All right. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining us today to do our Pony Bead Wind Chime class. My name is Ashley, and I will be walking you through the class today. Please feel free to ask any questions that you may have. If I'm going too fast, just ask, raise your hand, put in the Q&A that you need me to slow down a little bit. If there's any steps that you want me to redo or re-show you, I'm happy to do that as well. So just make sure that you're letting me know if I need to go faster, slower, etc. And then also we want this to be participatory. So I'm going to be asking questions as we go on what colors you're using, what patterns you're using. Feel free to put those into the Q&A as well, because I'd love to hear some of the things that you're doing to make this craft unique for you. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through the ingredients that we need today. So if you want to spotlight the other screen, we'll walk through some of those. So today we are going to be needing, I have all my stuff in a nice little dish, 6 craft sticks. The ones that I have are pretty small. You can use larger ones if you have them. Or if you don't have craft sticks, another thing that you might be able to use is a paper plate with the center cut out around it. And that would be fine for you to do as well as an alternative if you do not have the craft sticks. So 6 craft sticks overall. We're also going to be using yarn or thread today. I'm just using a regular basic yarn. It doesn't matter as much the type of yarn that you use, so long that it's able to fit through the beads that you'll be using as well. We will be using pony beads today, as well as some of these little jingle bells. If you don't have pony beads or jingle bells, you can really be creative on anything that you want to use to string onto your wind chime that's going to make a little jangly noise when the wind comes. So we talked earlier about buttons. You can use the tabs on like a soda bottle or a soda can, seashells, if you have seashells, or anything else that you can use to string onto the thread. And then the last thing that we're going to really need are anything to decorate our craft sticks. So I have some of these markers, but you can also use paint, crayons. If you wanted to yarn wrap your craft sticks, you could do something like that instead. If you wanted to glue things on your craft sticks, that's also fine. Really anything that you have around the house that you want to use to sort of decorate the wind chime that we'll be making. We'll also need things like scissors. Please make sure that you're asking permission before using scissors or using safety scissors. If you do not have permission to use scissors, ask an adult to come and help you during that step. We will also need a ruler. I have this very long yardstick. You do not need a yardstick. A regular ruler or tape measure will be fine. And then I also am going to be using Scotch tape today. The tape is very optional, but for me, this is helpful to make a little bit of what I'm going to call a needle in order to be able to thread the beads onto the yarn. So that'll really just be a tool for you to use to make it easier to thread the beads onto the yarn. And then finally, we will need glue today. I'm using just a clear glue. Any type of glue that you have will work. White glue, if you have sequin glue, really any type of glue is going to be just fine for this craft project. Are there any questions so far on the ingredients?
We have a question about nail polish. Could you use nail polish to decorate?
I think you could use nail polish. I would definitely ask permission first, because nail polish can get very messy. And I don't think if it's not yours, your mom or whomever it is would want you to use it. It also may take a little bit longer to dry. And so you'll just have to be mindful of the drying time if you do end up using nail polish to decorate as well.
Perfect. I think you basically covered pretty much all of the questions. Marion says that she loves your necklace though.
Oh, thank you. This is my dinosaur necklace. I love this necklace so much because I love dinosaurs. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to count out our 6 craft sticks. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have an extra one, which is good just in case we make mistakes. I'm going to lay those out, and this is the fun part. This is where we get to decorate our craft sticks. So I'm going to be using markers, as I said today. Would love to hear what some of the things that you're using, what colors you're using, what patterns you're doing. I'm going to start with purple because I love the color purple, and I'm just going to get started decorating these craft sticks. I think for my first one, I'm going to do polka dots because I also really like polka dots. Color. Would love to hear what colors you're using. If you're using something other than markers, what you're using.
Someone is using pom-poms.
Ooh, I love that.
We have pink, we have rainbow colors.
Very nice.
Red and purple.
Good combo.
Zigzag, glitter.
Ooh, glitter. Oh, I should have used glitter. Oh, I'll have to do that on the next one. So this is my first one. I did front and back just so regardless of which direction the wind chime is facing, I can see my decoration. You can definitely just do one side or the other, or you can do both. I think for my second one, I'm going to do red. I liked that red and purple combo idea. And I also loved the zigzag idea. So I'm going to do some zigzags too.
So someone, Daniel is asking if you colored both sides or just one.
You can do whichever you want. I'm coloring both sides because when it hangs, I can see the decorations from the top, or if it's hanging high and I'm looking up from underneath, I can see it on the bottom as well. You don't have to do both. It's definitely your preference.
Perfect. And so I see you're using 6 sticks there. What happens if someone doesn't have enough? Would less work as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So all we're really going to be doing is, in order to make the wind chime, we're making a shape out of the popsicle sticks. So if you only have 4, you could make a diamond. If you only have 3, you could make a triangle. And so depending on how many sticks that you have, you can definitely change the shape that you're making. We are going to be making a hexagon with the 6 that we have, but please feel free to make a different shape if you have a different number of sticks. Good question. Oh, now I lost which one I was doing. Oh, there it is. Okay. More zigzags.
And so if someone's using colored sticks, do they still need to add anything else like color in anymore?
They don't have to do that if they don't want to. If they would like to embellish on top of the sticks, that's where I think things like the pom-poms or the glitter, or if you have like gems that you would want to glue on, that would also be fun to do. I love the idea of using colored sticks as well, because that way they're already super colorful, and then anything that you add on just makes it that much more exciting. Next, I'm going to do teal because I also love teal. And on this one, I think I'm going to do stripes.
Someone's asking, could you use yarn to decorate as well?
Yarn?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did before, and this isn't a very good one, but just to show you, I yarn wrapped one of these sticks earlier. And I thought that that would be a fun way, especially since we're using yarn to put the beads on later. I thought that yarn wrapping the craft sticks would be really cool as well. Or even if you just put a little bit of glue and put some of the yarn across it too, I think that that would be a fun way to decorate also.
Perfect. We have all sorts of things. We have sequins, we have pride flags, giraffes and cats, Spider-Man eyes, and squiggly lines, googly eyes. You guys are so creative.
I thought about doing googly eyes earlier. I couldn't find mine. I think my son must have run off with them. But I used to have this big tub just full of googly eyes, and he got into them one day, and then I found googly eyes everywhere. My sparkling water can had googly eyes on it. The TV remote ended up having googly eyes on it. It was very fun to have googly eyes sort of everywhere for a while. But now I can't find where he stashed them all, so I could not do googly eyes on my wind chime.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. We'll do okay. All right, let's see. Oh, good. I got my stripes, 3 down, 3 to go. Let's see. I'm going to do orange next. And I think I'm going to do hearts on this one. I'd also love to hear what everyone's been doing this summer, if they've gone on vacations, if they've gone to see, friends or relatives that they haven't been able to see recently, if they're doing any camps, or if they've read any really good books or watched any good TV shows. I'm almost done with Loki on Disney Plus, which I'm super excited about. Haven't gotten to the season finale yet, so no spoilers, guys.
We have swimming, arcade.
Nice.
Someone went to Austin.
Oh, I love Austin.
It's a really neat place. Amusement park, Florida, Spanish classes, El Padre, watching TV, Lake Tahoe, Big Bear, vacation cabin.
Nice.
Someone else watched Raya, Panama Beach. So many fun things. Cooking camp.
Oh, cooking camp. Oh, that sounds fun. We went to the beach earlier. We went to Alabama near Gulf Shores. And that was really fun. I'd never been to that part of Alabama before. And the beach was wonderful. We saw a lot of stingrays, which was super cool. And we got to see dolphins. We went on like a dolphin tour and watched the dolphins jump out of the water.
That sounds like so much fun.
It was. It made me wish that I was a mermaid and could swim with dolphins all the time. But I'm not. Okay, got some flowers. All right, and then for my last one, let's see, I've used purple and red and teal and orange and blue. I think I'm gonna do green. And I am going to do, let's see, maybe I'll do these types of zigzags. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So if you're not done decorating all of your craft sticks yet, that's okay. You can catch up with us in just a little bit. The next step is I'm going to walk you through making the hexagon shape. I would recommend doing this on either a paper plate or a paper towel or something like that, because we will be using glue. As you can see, I have this really nice towel laid down to make sure that if I make a mess, it's not going to get onto my table or anything like that. But since we are going to use glue, I would recommend that you have another surface to just sort of protect everything while you're doing your craft. So I'm going to use this paper plate. And the first thing that we're going to do is sort of assemble the hexagon. So the hexagon is going to be obviously 6 sides. I'll show you on the regular table first. So you're going to put 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, 1 on each side, And then these are going to connect your sides like this. There we go. Let's bring it in, sort of make it look like that. So here is your hexagon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hexagon. All right. Now, when you've sort of gotten it assembled, we're going to take our glue, and you don't need a lot of glue to hold the craft sticks. Craft sticks are really nice and porous, which means that they're going to take that glue and they're going to absorb it really well and stick very well. So a little bit goes a long way. You also don't want to put too much because we will set this to dry for a little bit, but we want to be able to have it dry in time for us to then string all of the stuff on without it being too wet and falling apart. So I'm going to take my glue and open it. And then just underneath one of the sides where the two pieces meet, I'm just going to put one little drop of glue. So I'll show you kind of a little bit up close. Oh, didn't open it up all the way. Just one little drop, baby drop of glue. And then I'm going to start assembling my hexagon with the glue. So one little drop on each corner, and then put the adjacent popsicle on top of it. If you do not have 6 popsicle sticks and you're working with less, then you are more than welcome to do another type of shape. Even if you have 6 and you don't want to do a hexagon and you want to do a different type of shape, that's also fine. The reason that we use a hexagon is just because that helps it stay balanced overall, because it has even amount of adjacent sides. But if you'd rather do a triangle or a square or a diamond, or if you don't have the craft sticks and again, you're using just like a paper plate or something, then that is a-okay.
So Ashley, would a glue stick work instead of the glue, the liquid glue?
Yes, I think that a glue stick would be just fine. You might have to use just a little bit more to make sure that you're giving an even application. And then I would for sure take your fingers and I'd probably press the ends in just to make sure that the glue from the glue stick is holding well enough. But I think you could for sure use a glue stick. And I'm kind of doing that too as I go along. I'm sort of just pressing down just to make sure that that glue is sticking on all of the different sides.
So what about, we have several questions about using hot glue gun.
You may use hot glue. I would not recommend that unless you have permission from your adult in the house, or if they are helping you do it, just because we definitely don't want any sort of burned fingers or hot glue getting onto surfaces that will ruin the surface. So yes, you may, but please be sure that you ask permission or ask for help from an adult before using any sort of hot glue. Okay.
So maybe while that dries a little, could you go over how to get it into that shape again?
Yeah, 100%. So let me do it on this one. So for the hexagon, you kind of have a top, and then you have a bottom, and then your sides sort of come out like this. So you have your top here. I'll move this out of the way. Do it this way. You have your top here. Oh, let's see, mine's already falling apart. We'll get it together, I promise. Your top, your bottom, and then your two sides sort of come out in this angle. And again, because my glue hasn't dried yet, it's sort of being a little squidgy on me. So I'm just gonna make sure that I get it on all of my angles. Sort of press down gently. Press down gently.
So do you have any idea, an estimate on how long it takes to dry?
So the next step that we're going to do is going to take a fair amount of time, about 20 minutes. And when I did this earlier today, that was more than enough time for the glue to dry. Again, I only used about one little drop for each corner. If you use more glue than that, it may take a little bit longer, but it still should be more than enough for our glue to dry. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to set it to the side for right now. Let that dry. And so the next step that we're going to do, this is going to be all about the yarn and the beads. So you can kind of move everything else to the side, all of the markers, all of the craft sticks. And we're going to be using the yarn and the beads. We will be using scissors. So again, please make sure that you're either using safety scissors or that you have permission to use scissors, or you have an adult to help you with the scissors. And then if you have tape, I would also recommend it, because I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick to help get the beads onto the yarn that make it a lot easier than trying to thread it without the tape. So the first step that we're going to do is we're going to take our yarn. I'm going to be using this yellow yarn, and we're going to measure out 28 inches. So if you do not have a yardstick like I do, then you'll just need to use your ruler times 2. So take your ruler of 12 inches and then take it again to make the 24, and then add a little bit more to get to the 28. So where's the end of this guy? Okay,
So,
here we go.
Ashley, what was it that we could use if we don't have any yarn?
Any sort of string is going to be fine. If you have shoelaces, if you have just any sort of twine, things like that. Another thought, if you don't have any yarn at all, no string, no yarn, nothing like that, you could also potentially use pipe cleaners or chenille stems if you have those, because the beads will also go onto the chenille stems pretty easily. It won't hang down and sort of, be as much of a wind chime, but it'll still be able to hang down and look pretty.
So we have a ton of questions. Could you repeat how long it has to be, and what to do if you don't have a ruler as well?
100%, yes. So it is going to be approximately 28 inches. 28 inches on me is the length of my arm. So if you don't have a ruler and you want to just take the yarn and measure the full length of your arm from the top of your shoulder all the way down to the tip of your finger, that's also a good way just to what we'll call guesstimate the 28 inches as well. If you don't have a yardstick and you have just a regular 12-inch ruler, then just take the 12-inch ruler and measure out to 24, and then measure the additional 4 inches that you need to get to the 28 inches. Okay. So I'm going to wait for everyone to get their 28-inch yarn string, length of your arm yarn string. We're going to fold it in. We're going to fold it in half. Sorry, was there another question?
I was just going to ask, how many pieces of yarn are you cutting out?
For right now, just the one. We will be cutting more in a little bit, which is why I have some extra here. But for right now, just this one piece of yarn at 28 inches.
Perfect.
And we're gonna fold this in half. So make sure that your ends are lined up on this side and that you have this little fold piece down at the end. And we're going to tie a knot approximately 3 inches down. So you can either measure what 3 inches looks like, or if you can't do that, this part of your finger is also approximately an inch. So you can also just count 3 times to get to where we're going to make a knot. So at the 3 inches where we're going to make a knot, pick that part up and have it pinched. And I'm going to wrap it around my finger and then pull it through to make a knot. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do it a couple times. So I'm going to take the string about 3 inches down. I'm going to wrap it around my finger. And then I'm going to pull it through like this. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to take the end of our string, the little hoop end, about 3 inches down, wrap it around, and then pull it through. If you've ever tied the end of a balloon, it's very similar to that. If you can't tie the end of a balloon and you always ask your parent to do it for you, I'd recommend that maybe you ask them for help in this situation too. But at the end, this is the knot that we're looking for. It's just a knot about 3 inches down, and then you have this little loop right here. So the next step is we're going to add a pony bead. I'm going to use green. You can use whatever color you want. And I'm going to take the end of my yarn. I'm going to sort of squish it together really well. And then I'm going to slip my pony bead over the tip of the yarn and then pull that loop through the other side so that I have the knot, the bead, and then I still have this hoop right here.
So Ashley, we have quite a few requests. If you could repeat the knot.
100%. Yep, not a problem. Let me get another piece of string or yarn out. I'll cut it real quick. So if you have your thread, yarn, you're going to pinch it about 3, I'll do it up here, and pinch it about 3 inches down. And then while you're pinching it, wrap it around your finger like this. And then you want to keep that loop that you just created by pinching it with your thumb and your forefinger, and then take this and push it through like this, and then pull to create your loop.
Perfect. That was pretty clear.
All right. So once you've put the pony bead on, we're going to do that knot again above the pony bead so that the pony bead is sort of staying in place, anchored at the top of our wind chime. It's going to look, when we're finished, like this, where you have knot, pony bead, another knot, and then here's your loop. So I'm going to take my yarn and then right above the pony bead again, I'm going to pinch. I'm going to wrap it around my finger. I'm going to keep that little loop that I just created by pinching. And then I'm going to push my little end of the yarn through and then pull that loop back through. To create my knot around my pony bead. I'll do it again on the piece of yarn that I did just a second ago. I don't know if I can find where it fit. No. I'll do another one. Oh, here it is. I'll do another one.
So what do you do if the bead is going over the knot? How would you fix that?
So the best way to do that is to make the knot bigger or tie another knot over it, like double knot it. So I can show that too. So if you've made your knot and it's not big enough, the knot's not big enough, then I would just do another one right over it to make it a double knot. You may need to do a triple knot. We've got a lot of knots that we're making today, guys. You guys are gonna be expert knot makers by the end of this.
That's a great skill to have.
Making knots.
Sure. Always comes in handy.
So then again, once you have your knot, kind of pinching the ends there to make it really small so that it can fit through the pony bead. And then pulling through. And then just tying another knot at the top of that pony bead to keep it in place.
And while you do that, could you repeat one last time the measurements for the yarn?
Yes, it is 28 inches.
And just one piece of yarn so far, right?
One piece of yarn, that's right. So we have one piece of yarn that has been folded in half. It's been knotted. We have a pony bead, another knot, and then we have this loop. And this is going to be what the wind chime hangs from ultimately. So I'm going to put that to the side just for now. We're coming back to it in just a little bit. We're going to go back to our yarn. And this time we're going to cut two pieces that are each 20 inches. So I'm going to start with one piece that is 20 inches. And I'm going to cut it. And then I'm going to do another piece that is 20 inches. And I'm going to cut it so that you should have two pieces of yarn that are 20 inches long. And that's the only measuring that we have to do. So we can take the ruler, we can put it off to the side, and then we're sort of done with it for right now. We're not done with our yarn yet. We will come back to it. So just set it off to the side as well, but we will be coming back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of yarn that we made that has the loop on the end of it, and we're going to set it over the pieces of string that we did kind of in the center so that you have equal amounts of yarn on either side. And make sure that your pony bead is up on the top and that your yarn is right underneath that bottom knot that we did. And so we're going to take the first piece of string and we're just going to tie a regular knot right next to the knot on our main piece of yarn. And this one's easy. This one's just a regular, like a shoelace knot. It's right there. And then we're going to do the same thing with the second one right over that same knot. We're going to take the second piece of string. We're going to tie it. So that at the end, you have your one piece this way, and you should have 6 threads coming off, 6 pieces of yarn coming off, and then your pony bead, and then your little hook. And these are going to be what we tie to the edges of the hexagon to be able to hang it. I'm going to wait and just see if anyone needs extra time.
I'm going to say yes, a little bit of time for everyone to catch up.
No problem. I'm going to leave this right here so that you can sort of see what it should look like afterwards. Again, we had our original piece of yarn. We cut 2 additional pieces of yarn that were 20 inches each. And then we tied them in the center so that we had 6 pieces of yarn coming off the top of our wind chime.
So we have quite a few requests here. If we could go over that last step again.
Yep, absolutely. So I'm going to take, it's going to be a little bit smaller and it's not going to have the bead on it, but I'm going to take the yarn that we have for my other one that I did. And I'm just going to quickly, I'm not going to measure this one, guys, but just to show you how we knot it. Oh, this is kind of hard to see. Hold on one second. Do it on the plate so you can see it a little bit easier. So if you have your yarn that has the loop and put that in the center, and you're going to take the 2 additional pieces that we cut and put them down and have this be in the very center of the yarn so that you have 4 pieces coming out this way, and then you have your 2 sort of threads coming out this way. And then you want to tie each piece of yarn right underneath this first knot that we did. So you're going to take the first piece of string, and just like you would tie a shoe, take it, cross it over, pull it through, and then tie it right underneath that original knot. And do the same thing with the second piece. So right in the middle, you're going to take it, cross it over like you would tie a shoelace, pull it through, and then tie that knot as well. So that at the end, you have your hoop, and then you have 6 pieces of thread or yarn coming down from the original hoop. Okay?
Perfect.
All right. So now we're ready to get our hexagon. It should be just about dry. If it's not, just be careful with it. We can still do this step even if it's still drying a little bit, but you definitely want to be a little bit ginger with it. And we're going to take our little 6-legged yarn friend, and we're going to tie 5 of the strings to 5 of the pieces of craft sticks, leaving 1 string to hang down. So we're not going to tie all 6. We're just going to use 5. And I would tie them in the center of your craft stick by looping it under like this, and then just tying it. You don't want to do it too high. You definitely want to make it a loose or a tie that's down sort of towards the end of the string because you want to be able to hang it. So don't tie it up here. Make sure you're tying it sort of closer to the end of that string. And I usually do a double knot here as well, just to make sure that it's extra secure for when we hang it up. And I'm going to do this 5 more times so that you can see. We have 1, take this one, tie it in the center of the pops or the craft stick, and then tie it again.
And I just want to remind everybody that this class is being recorded. So if you don't have all the materials right now, or if you just want to watch, or if you missed a step, if you want to do this again, you will be able to find it within 24 to 48 hours. I will put the link in the chat again in just a second.
Okay, on craft stick number 4. And then my 5th one, I'm going to skip this and I'm going to do my 5th one over here just to add a little bit of balance to the wind chime. So that when I'm done, I have 5 pieces of string or yarn tied to the sides of each of my hexagon, except you'll have 1 side left over, and then I have 1 string still sort of hanging in the middle.
That is looking great, Ashley.
Excellent. All right, so we have 15 minutes left, and I definitely want to get to all of the beading as well. So I'm going to keep going. Again, if you do have questions or you need to repeat a step, this will be available for you to look at as well, either tomorrow or the next day, so that you can go back. So for the next step, we're going to be doing all of our beading. And so this is where the tape comes in handy, because sometimes yarn, as you can see, those edges get really frayed. They don't like to go through the beads very easily. And so one fun trick is to take a little piece of tape, just a little bit. So I have just a little bit on my finger. And then wrap it around the edge of that piece of yarn, kind of like a shoestring. You know how at the end of a shoestring there's that piece that's a little bit harder so you can get it through the shoelaces? That's sort of what we're doing here, where we're wrapping that piece of string around the yarn, as you can see. And then you can take your scissors and just cut it in an angle. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Cut it in an angle to create kind of a pointed edge, almost like the tip of a Capri Sun straw. And we're going to take that extra piece of thread and we're just going to start threading our beads onto the thread. And this is the fun part, because you can really sort of come up with different patterns that you want to do. I told you earlier that I was going to be using bells as well. to make it just a little bit more jingle jangly when we hang it up. But if you have buttons, or if you have the tops of soda cans, the tabs, those make good jangly noises as well. So really, this is the part where we're assembling the part of the wind chime that makes all the pretty noises. There's no right amount of beads. There's no right color combination. You can put as many beads on it as you want, as few beads on it as you want. I'm going to go a little bit faster here to make sure that I can show you some of the other steps too. I think ideally I would have loved to have done a pattern, but just so we can get to the other steps, I'm just going to show you quickly.
While you do that, someone is suggesting the water method for the yarn in case you don't have tape.
Oh, that is a great method as well. So because yarn does absorb water very well, you can also dip the end of it into the water, and that'll help bring it to a tip also. And that would be really, really good to help thread the beads. So I'm just going to put a few on. One of the things that you can do is you can also add knots if you want to add a little bit more of a pattern. So if you wanted to add a couple of knots in your thread or yarn while you're beading it, do like a double knot here. And that way I have like a little bit of a gap, and then I can start again. And then when you have the amount that you want to do either a double or triple knot at the end to make sure that those beads don't fall off. So that question earlier about what happens if my pony bead's falling off, this is a great example of when we need to make sure that we're not doing a really thin knot because the beads will slip right over it, that we do get that good thick double knot or triple knot if you need it on the end. So I have this good big knot at the end, and then I'm just going to trim off that piece of tape. And then there is my first piece of my wind chime. So next, we're going to count out 6 other pieces of thread. The reason I said you didn't need really a ruler for this part is that you can make these as long or as short as you want. I'd love to do long ones just to make sure that it dangles down really nice, but depending on how much thread you have, or if you don't want it to dangle down as much, you may want to do shorter pieces as well. You know, you can do symmetrical pieces of yarn so they can all be the same length. You can do different sizes of yarn as well if you want to make it a little bit of a tiered effect. But 6 pieces of yarn is what we need next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lovely. Okay. Now we are done with our yarn. We're finished with our scissors. We just need the cut pieces of yarn, our beads, and then the rest of our wind chime. So very similar to how we tied these pieces of yarn in the center of our craft sticks, we're going to do the same with these pieces of yarn. Again, at the very end, because this is going to be what hangs down off the bottom of our wind chime. So I'm going to take just a couple minutes to tie these to my craft stick. And again, because these are going to be hanging off with beads on them, I would recommend a double knot just to make sure they're all nice and tightly secured so they're not falling off and beads are going everywhere. although that would certainly make a fun sound too. I'd love to hear too, if you are using different types of materials than beads or bells, I'd love to hear what you all are putting on your wind chime to make it noisy or pretty or make it shimmer in the sun like a sun catcher. I'd love to hear what you all are using.
We have someone using animal beads.
Ooh.
Lego pieces.
Oh, I love that.
Buttons.
Buttons are great. Love buttons.
Someone's making sun catchers.
Love sun catchers too.
Seashells.
Love seashells.
We have so many creative people today.
I love that. And I know we talked about it at the beginning, but with your parents' permission, I would love to see the finished product that you all are working on. You can always share your finished product on with the hashtag Make It With Michaels. I do go and look after classes just to see what everyone has made. So since I can't see you guys right now, I'd love to see what you all have made and the personal touches that you've put onto it, because I think that's so fun. I think even if you are using pony beads, you know, there's so many different types of patterns and colors and things like that, just to really make this unique to you. I got one left. Okay.
We have someone using glow beads, jingle bells.
Nice. Okay. So we won't be able to go through all 6 of these, but I'm going to show you one just because once you get one down, you can do all of the others as well. So we're basically going to do the same thing that we did on this first one on all the 6 different ones that we have just tied to the hexagon. I'm still going to use the tape method. I loved the idea of using the water method too. If you don't have the tape, just to help make sure that that yarn goes through the beads or the bells or the shells or the Legos really easily. So I'm just going to wrap that around.
And to put like bells on, whoever's struggling with that, would you go about the same way as you do with beads?
I would, yeah. So the hole of the bell, depending on the type of bell, is a little bit smaller. And so you just want to make sure if you are using the tape method that you make it really thin, that you're not trying to make it too fat of tape. That was one of the things that I struggled with earlier when I was doing it, is that I used too much tape on my yarn. And so then it still wouldn't go through. And then the other thing that's really helpful is, again, sort of cutting the edge of it to make that little bit of a sharp tip. As I said, kind of like the end of a Capri Sun straw, so that you can easily thread it through the bell or the bead easier. So I'm going to do that now on mine. See, I think I did too fat of my tape. So I'm going to try again with the beads, and we'll try a bell on the next one. I'm so excited that all of you joined me today for this. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend too. I'm in Texas, so it's very hot. So I'm hoping that there's a pool in my future, or at least a nice umbrella outside somewhere where I can enjoy the sunshine without getting too toasty and hot.
I know, I'm in Vegas right now and it's super hot as well. Not humid, but super hot.
Yeah, you guys have the dry heat out there. There's definitely a difference. Here we have humid heat, which makes it very gross.
Yeah, you're sticky all the time in humid heat.
That's so true. I guess if you're in a swimming pool though, it makes it a little easier.
I definitely say so. Swimming pools are great.
I'd love to take any more comments or questions while we're finishing up these last pieces. Or if you guys just want to share a little bit more about what you're doing this weekend.
We have someone in Illinois. I don't know if it's hot or cool there. Florida, a bunch of people in Florida.
Nice.
I guess it's hot there too.
Okay. And then just in the interest of time, right before we go, I did work on one earlier today, so I do want to be able to show you kind of what the finished product looks like. This one I made my wind chimes a little bit shorter. If you want to put the spotlight on the other screen. So this is sort of what the finished product can end up looking like. As you see, I used blue yarn earlier. My beads are on a little bit shorter tassels than this one is going to be. So this really, again, just talks to how unique you can make this and personalize it however you want. And so after this, I'm going to go hang this up outside next to all of my plants that I need to water. And then hopefully this will be fun for me to look at when I go outside later today. All right. Well, thank you all again so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I hope that you post the finished products that you did online. Again, make sure that you tag it with #with-Michael so that we can see all of the wonderful things you did. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Thanks everyone for joining us. Bye.